Hello everyone, welcome back to my computer project. Today is a special day because it's the 1 year anniversary of me working on this project. And I started it on my birthday last year, so it's also my 30th, sadly. But yeah, this thing is 1 year old now, and while I did plan to have it sort of finished by now, it hasn't worked out that way. That's fine, I'll keep working on it. Today I'm actually going to show you it running its first program, sort of. It's like I've been working on the manual control word. Well, that's what I've got expanded a bit. Got register C tied up, got the ALU and the output register all tied to the bus, so that's all doing its stuff and it works nice. It actually, like yesterday, I spent 9 hours straight on it and it all just worked. Like, nothing went wrong, which is uncommon, especially like register C, because I didn't test register. Like, I built register C months ago, or at least bits of it, and yeah, I never really tested any of it. I did test the bits individually, but when putting it all together, never tested, and it works. So thank you for that. Yeah, that could have gone a lot worse. That was a very stressful day yesterday, but I'm happy it all worked out. Yeah, so 1 year on. I'm still going to keep going on with it. I don't know if it's going to take another year. It might well do. I don't know. But either way, I'd just like to thank people who have commented and stuff like that. I've had a lot of ups and downs while working on this because the nature of it itself is just very slow going. And, sometimes you just can't be asked, basically. I have slumps in my productivity. Generally, I have slumps and then high points, and recently has been a high point, so I've actually been able to get going on this again. But yeah, people, those of you that leave comments, thank you. They really help. Like, even simple ones, like, they just boost my confidence a little bit more, make me want to work harder on videos. It's been a bit difficult doing videos in general because I don't get much free time to actually do it. Yeah, especially since this whole lockdown thing, and we're in tier 3 again in my city, so I literally only get 4 hours a week of actually my free time, and that ain't a lot. It used to be like 12 hours a week. Actually, no, it used to be like 18 hours a week I used to get. Yeah, I only have 4 hours a week now. Yeah, so by the way, I'm a carer, so yeah, my time is mostly to someone else. But yeah, we move, we keep going. But yeah, this is going to be the anniversary video. It's going to run its first program. I'm going to talk you through how the program works with a diagram, then I'm going to show you, and hopefully enjoy it. I'm excited about it. Enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to draw the modules that I currently have tied to the control word. There's 5 of them, so 1, 2, 3. It's not going to fit nicely. Either way, what have I got on screen here? Right, we'll draw our 5 modules. 3, 4, 5, and yeah. So I'll put the names in here. So this is, we'll just put register A. Then we have register B, register C, register D, which is actually the output register. So this is what goes to the front panel screen and shows the actual numbers. And then we have the ALU. And then underneath that is basically the bus. So all of these have an in-out, so it works like this. Except actually the output register. The output register only has an in, and the ALU only has an out. So, but A and B, I've done that wrong, didn't I, really? Yeah, so A and B go into the ALU, and yeah, you can pick what number comes out. But basically, I can control what lines these are. That's what the control word does. It says, oh, I want this register to go out, and this register to go in. I want the ALU to go out, this register to go in, and stuff like that. So it controls all this. So yeah, I have in, A out, or yeah, B out, A out, A in, B out, B in, C out, C in, D in, and ALU out. So the program, I also have the front panel actually. I'll just draw that off here because this lets us set numbers. So we have like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't matter what those are. Those are the switches on the front panel, and I can put them onto the bus as well. So what our program needs to do is, well, what our program wants to do is add two numbers together and then output that onto the output register, onto the display. So to do that, we first want to put numbers into the registers. So I don't know how to write this. So we'll do front panel, we'll just call that, we'll call that FP in. So that means the output register is going into the bus, and we want to read it into that. So then we do, so we also do A in. Actually no, I should call that out really, shouldn't I? Yeah, we'll call that out. That makes a bit more sense. And then A in. Right, and then we want to put another register, another number onto the front panel and put that into register B. So we'll do FP out again, and then do B in, and then those two numbers will now be added together in the ALU. So we want to take that number and put it onto the display register. So we'll do ALU out, and then D in. And that's a working program that will show the values that we put into the front panel through the ALU into the output register and display it on the front panel. In practice, it will actually work a little differently because when it's automatic and actually have a controller, sequencer, all that stuff, A and B will go into the ALU, but then ALU will go into C. And that's because A is meant to be an accumulator, but because it can't latch itself in that manner, the idea is it goes into C, and then C goes into A. So yeah, that would let you do you have the result in A and then add to it again or something like that. So say you had the value of 1 in register B, you could keep adding 1 to the same number. So if you add 1 to 1, it will become 2, then you can add 2 to 1 and it will become 3, then you can add 1 to 3 and it will become 4. And yeah, that's why I have register C. It's my hacky attempt at turning that into an accumulator. But I'm not gonna go through that. It does work. I've tested it. I might give you a glimpse of it, but this is going to be the program we're going to run. Very simple. Yeah. So I'll show you that running now. So yeah, I also forgot to point out that this is my new manual control word. You can see I've got my notes on here as well, so I don't have to keep counting the switches to work out what's what. I can just look at what it is and click the button. So some of these work a little differently, like most of these are active low, active low, but register D is active high, so that's a little, I'm going to put markers on here as well so I remember that. Basically these switches need to be down when they're disabled and up when they're on, active, and this one needs to be up when it's off and down when it's active, so it's a little confusing. I just have to remember to press it again after that sequence. Yeah, and this, I haven't actually tied anything up to this yet, but this is for the future when I have more things tied to it. Again, these have got capacitors and stuff tied to them. I'm not going to turn it up because it's all, I've sort of tried to cable manage this a bit, so it's all a bit guffy. I'll set you up in front so you can see the numbers. Okay, I've tried to get you a good view of the registers. You can actually ignore register C because, like I said before, we're not using it in our program. But I might do another video next week showing a more complicated program. It's like I said, I literally spent 9 hours on this yesterday, so I only just got all this working. So I'm just going to show you this simple program. And yeah, so registers should all be in view. A at the bottom, B in the middle, C on the top, but C is not important. and the output register here. I'm not going to bother showing you the front panel because it will just show what's here, but in hex. Yeah. So first things first, we're going to put a number into the bus. I'm going to put a 1, and if I do A in, it should have read that. I can't actually see around there. And then I'm going to put another 1 in B. Right, and that's our numbers. I could turn the bus off now. So we did our first part of the program. Front panel out, A in, front panel out, B in. So those numbers are now in the ALU, and they're coming out as should be 2. So on here we should see the second bit lit once I do this. So we're going to do ALU out, D in. Then we can turn off D in, turn off ALU out, and we should have a 2 in there. I can check on the front panel, there is a 2, and that is how simple the program is. So I'll give you a quick idea of how it works otherwise. So usually we'll take the ALU output and put it into C. So we're going to do ALU out, C in. You can see we've got a 2 there now. And then we move that C value to A. So we're going to do C out, A in. And that should give us a 2 in A and 1 in B. So now we're going to do the output again. We're going to do the addition again, which is ALU out, D in. So of D in, we should have a 3. Yes, we have a 3. And that's it. I know it's a bit weird using this, but to actually get programs to run automatically, I do need RAM, or at least a ROM. I could probably hack up some ROM. I know I've been building the RAM, but I could probably hack up some ROM to just have a certain program in it. But I would also need the controller sequencer to actually, and the instruction register, all that stuff, and program counter out, clock, all that stuff. It's mad. But yeah, there's the more I think about it, the more that needs to be done. But I'll try and make small progress that I can actually show off at a time. Yeah. And by the way, I didn't use this in this demo, but it does work, so I can swap between it. I haven't tested it though with the new outputs, so that's the only reason I didn't use that. It's not 100% necessary for that to be used, but in the future it will be. But yeah, that's its first program. It's not much, it's not groundbreaking, but I'm happy with it. It worked. After so much work yesterday, it worked first time. I'm really happy. So thank you for watching. Happy first birthday to this thing, and see you in the next video.